Happy New Year's, guys! Welcome to 2022 here at Northwoods TCG. We're coming up on a year of being on the air with you guys, and today we're going to come up with some investing stuff again. I know that we kind of backed down on the investment stuff when it came to the last 2 weeks of the year. Of course, we want to do our top 5s, top 10s, top whatevers to try and wrap up the year. And then on top of it, of course, we did our predictions for what we believe is going to happen here in 2022. Now, after that's all taken effect, and as we're now into the new year, time to just see what happens on those predictions. Time to see how our top 5s and 10s did from last year, and if they uphold coming up into this year. But mainly to now, it's just time to move forward. But if you're new here, hit that subscribe, hit that notify, guys, and of course, hit that like. We can get 40 likes. You guys have been fantastic. Thank you, everybody in this community. Thanks for answering people's questions. Thanks for being involved. Thanks for just being part of it and giving your input on these videos and what's happening in the market. It's great to hear it from different sources on what's happening. It helps build and give you more information as things continue. But today we're going to go back into the investment front. And today we're going to be talking about singles. I know I don't normally talk about singles. It's taken a lot of research, a lot of stuff going on my end, and I really want to get back into it now that the market's kind of cooling. It gives you an opportunity to start looking at this stuff and really get into it at a lot lower price than what we were potentially dealing with in the last 2 years. So that's why we're kind of looking at it more. But here I'm going to just start out my singles world with Charizards. That's right, these are Charizard promo cards. Good, safe investments, of course. Biggest thing is I look at when I'm looking at investments is, of course, the character itself. How rare is this card, the price or the affordability of it, and yes, these aren't as rare as some, but I'll get into that a little bit more on how rarity can actually go up on these cards as we go through them. The other thing is too is the affordability. Most of these are extremely affordable cards, which is great for someone starting out, someone that doesn't have a lot of pocket money to be putting into it. It's great to start building that. So here's some good opportunities for it with getting into the fire-breathing dragon himself right off the bat. So the first one that we're going to go into is the Charizard GX. Now this card came from the Battle Academy box. This has a stamped 60 Charizard on it in the bottom right-hand corner. That is going to really be something that stands out. Of course, anytime you get a different look on a card, this card is not necessarily an abnormal looking card. This is a pretty typical looking Charizard card, but when you put it with the typical ones, that white stamp on the bottom corner stands out. I'm always a fan of stamp cards, whether it's staff cards, trophy cards, pre-release cards, or even like this, a Battle Academy stamp card for the Charizard. Definitely an awesome card to have for your collection and potentially for someone else's collection in the future. This card right now ranges between $5 and $7. Extremely affordable. That's why it's on this list. You can snipe them out. I've seen them sold on TCG Player for around $4.75 to $4.89. And right now the market on this card is flat. It came down. These cards were running about $8 to $9 at one point. They've come down now to this about $5 to $7 range, and they've been flat. Great opportunity to either A, watch the card and see when it starts to go back up, or B, take the risk at this price and buy these cards at near mint quality on TCG Player or eBay. Maybe even I've seen lots of them on eBay, so you can pick up a whole lot of them and put them away. But definitely something to be looking at, guys. It'll be great for your collection in the future or someone else's collection when they're looking for these 2-3 years down the road. Next one I got here is the Charizard and Brexen GX. This is the Sun and Moon 230 promo card. Once again, this is a promo from the Sun and Moon era. It is $14 to $19.25. That's going to be the price range that's pretty normal on the near mint condition. I've seen a couple of them sold on TCG Player for about $12. So you can pick these up at a fairly good price, and these are all sales in the last week or two. So definitely something to look at. Great opportunity there. These cards are running flat currently on the market. They came down, they're running flat. Definitely watch for a little bit of an uptick, and you can definitely jump on these. They may drop a little bit more, but I don't think so. They've been running flat for quite a few weeks. Next one I have is a Charizard, but this one is going to be a familiar one. This is from the pre-release box. for the Vivid Voltage. Now this one's a little bit more pricey, but guys, it's worth it if you can get it in near mint condition. They run between $70 and $78, and I've seen them sold for as low as $65 in the last few weeks. Now this is a card that wouldn't be horrible to get in the lightly played, especially if you look at someone in the lightly played class with a huge amount of sales with 5-star ratings. A lot of times these people will put these cards down as lightly played and trying to keep that high rating so that they're a gold star seller on these sites. That way, they can't make the mistake of someone getting it and saying it's not near mint, and it gets rid of a lot of arguments and it prevents them from losing the ratings. So sometimes if you look at those high-rated guys with these cards that are lightly played, you may get lucky and actually get some cards that are just near mint that were just labeled that way for the bestseller security. Now, I'm going to do something, try and do this on every time I talk about singles. And I'm going to call this a heavy hitter. Now, what do I mean by a heavy hitter? These are cards that are really good price. They're really good value, but you got to have some money to put behind them. And this one I'm going to put on here today is going to be the Charizard promo pre-release card. Once again, just like we just had for the Vivid Voltage. But this one is different because this is the staff card. Figured it'd be a good placement to put this, but this is the staff card. This has been on a downtrend. It was around $840 to $870. It is now down to about $650, $635 to $680. And you can snipe these out at about $620. Now, why do I pick this card? Staff cards are a fantastic way to have a investment in the future. Staff and trophy cards, stamp cards, a lot of times are very good, especially Charizards, guys. These cards have performed extremely well through history, and they will continue to do so. On top of it, the staff cards will no longer be produced. Pokemon TCG and Pokemon International has announced that they will no longer do staff cards because people are taking advantage of the market by getting these cards and selling them directly at high prices on the internet and eBay and all these stores. So it sounds like Pokemon International nipped it in the butt, and we may not see any more staff cards. So this might be the last staff card, Charizard, that comes out from the pre-release of Vivid Voltage. Guys, definitely a great opportunity if you have the cash laying around. Get these things, get them graded, get a 9 and a 10 on them, and you'll be really, really excited with your purchase and with your investment come 3-4 years down the line on this card. It'll really go up in value as it continues to go through time. So we're going to go ahead and kick into the next one, which is another Charizard, but this is SM211. This one is another Sun and Moon promo. It ranges between $7 and $8.50 and you've been picked these up in the last couple weeks for $5. This one is actually on the uptrend. That's why I put it here. It's on the up and up. We've already gone through the down, we're back through the flat, and now we're going back up. Great opportunity to jump on this one, guys. I believe that this one will go right back to where it was pre the drop here at the end of, back in October. I think you'll be seeing this card going back up to around that $15 to $20 range pretty easily. It's a nice looking card. It stands out. Very good for a collection. Once again, anybody in a Charizard collection is going to be picking up promos. Promos are one of them cards that people want to buy multiples or several of them because they want to be able to get that potential PSA 9 or 10. Centering and the quality of these cards was never a highlight for a promo. Thus, it's really hard to get a 9 or a 10 on these cards. 10s especially. I mean, if you get promo cards with 10s, they're extremely difficult to do. I mean, you even go back to Eevee, the Champion's Path, Charizard, all those. The number of 10s is actually extremely low. 9s are high. Centering is always an issue on these cards, so if you can get one that's really good on centering, get it graded, try and get that 10 on it, and definitely have a great investment on any of these promos. Next one I got up here is the Reshiram Charizard GX promo, again from Sun and Moon and SM201. This is about $9 to $21 in this one. Sorry, I looked at my wrong line down here. We got $9 to $21 on this card. Once again, this card looks fantastic, guys. It's a fantastic promo. It stands out. It's got Charizard and Reshiram. Another great combo of Pokemon characters together. This card at its hype was at about $35 to $38. It went all the way down to about It's 14 what I remember on the list, and now you can still snipe this card sometimes for around 17, so with shipping. So it's a great opportunity to get into this card. It is on the up and up. The curve is going up on this card. It's going to be continuing to move up, and I predict this one within the next year or two will be right back around that $30 to $35 range, no problem. So once again, you're looking at potentially 100% on your investment within the next year or two. Next one I got on my list, and the last one to close out the night, is going to be the Charizard EX, and I saved the best for last. The Charizard EX XY17 promo from XY era. This card is nice because it's between $25 and $30, and the reason I like this card, and why I think that this one is probably one that I want to get the most out of this, that's affordable to me, is this card fits right in with the XY Evolutions, XY theme of Charizards. Check it out. It fits in right with that Mega Charizards. It fits in perfectly into the collection. It'll look great. If you can get this as a 10, you're going to be doing extremely well. If you can get a couple of the singles and find your best one, make sure it's cleaned up. Make sure when you send it to grading, you've conditioned it correctly. And then definitely get it out there and try and get that 10. Them 10s are going to be a huge hitter for you in the future on these cards, guys. That's why I picked these out, is just because, for me, Charizards are always a safe bet. They always go up in value. Yes, everything came down because of the crash, but even prior to this, these cards were moving in the upward direction, and that will continue. We've gained a lot of people in the Pokemon TCG, and as these people get their footings back underneath them, as they start to get their heads on about where they're going in the market, they're going to start searching for these cards again. It may take midway through next year to the end of next year, but singles are going to start to move back the right direction. Granted, we're not going to know for sure where they're going to go until after all these PSA cards get through, and the people that have PSA cards all ready to go either dump or hold and send to PSA. So definitely pick them up as you see them start to move up a little bit. As these flatline cards, these are really low priced investments and great opportunities for growth. So let me know, guys, what do you guys think about this list? Are these cards that you would be interested in? Is this segment something you're interested in? Would you like me to continue to work on singles? Try and bring you lists of popular Pokemon cards to be looking at. Definitely something that I enjoy. I do it anyways. I'm sitting here building lists of cards that I want to look at for singles, especially as, you know, this market cools. Gives us more of an opportunity to do that. You're not trying to quickly find the best deal on sealed and put it away. Now I have time to look at the individual cards and make decisions on that. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you think this is something you want to continue. But as always, be sure you hit that subscribe, hit that notify, guys. Hit that like. We can get 40 likes. Look in the bottom, see if we got 40. And if we do or don't, hit that button. It's great for us. Of course, as always, if you like this kind of content, check out these two videos over here. I will put them up for you. And we will see you next time here on Northwoods TCG.